Hey, good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you the daily word for men for February 28th, 2025, the last day of February. Can you believe it? The word for today is reflective. And I'm coming to you today from the inside of my house, just because I've been busy and I had to do stuff on the porch, and I kind of messed up my little seating arrangement, so I'll get that straightened out. But it's nice. I got the windows open, nice cool breeze going through. Very nice. So the word for today is reflective. By the grace given to me, I say to everyone among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think with sober judgment, each according to the measure of faith that God has assigned. And that is from Romans 12, verse 3, the ESV. The man looked in the mirror and pondered the wrinkles hidden by stubble, the thinning hair turning gray. It was no longer curly, and it started looking scraggly. His eyes were still bright and his heart full of love, but his body was wearing away. What had he done with his life? What great thing had he accomplished? He was no saint, that was certain. Many of those wrinkles felt like deep reminders of his failures. So too the diminishing and colorless hair brought back the times he had failed in relationships. Yet that was the beauty of pondering this moment, of thinking upon his reflection. Despite all the weighty issues, there was great life in him. His heart was full because of his relationships, his love deep because of his Savior. When you reflect upon yourself, despite your failures, what are the great things that God has done? Uh, he's carried this type 1 diabetic almost 75 years, and that's beyond the expiration date of type 1 diabetics. My sugars were in good range this morning. I do the best that I can, to control it. I had a no frills hamburger on a small bun with onions and ketchup, and that was it. I'm not supposed to have cheese or any processed foods. Yeah, and I do my best. And I'm not saying I haven't had any consequences of it. They come after a certain amount of time, but I'm doing okay. I'm able to do these. I'm able to read. I spent a couple of hours this morning in God's Word on Second Kings, the Psalms, and 3 chapters of Acts, and I did some references. Yeah, I've read it so many times, and then there's words that I forget. Minor characters. I like to know them all, see how they interplay, and I'm a big person on geographical references in the Bible, and how sometimes geography is a big determinant in the way things work out historically. And so, he that's a great thing he's done, let me live all this time. I had my grandmother's 2 twin brothers, both had type 1 diabetes, and they died at a very early age. There was no treatment at all for them then. You just kept going until you died. And they both died. Well, one died blind and one was going blind, but one died blind from a retinal detachment. And there was nothing they could do for that. I'm talking about the late 1800s. My grandmother was born in 1879, and her brothers were older than her, and they didn't make it into their 40s. So, another thing God does for me, and you read the Bible, and God's a very forgiving God. And He forgives me all my transgressions every day and lets me start new. He says that He won't remember them. So I've got enough. Believe me, I've got enough. He's promised me salvation, and I believe it. He's kept His word and everything else. All you have to do is read the Old Testament. And He blesses me endlessly with His grace. I believe grace is, well, I think it's physical. Physical, when the old lady touched His garment and had a cure, he could feel it go from him. It's, that's what I believe. And I don't want to make it a scientific explanation, but that's what I believe. And He blesses me every day with grace. And so we'll begin March 2025 tomorrow. I got a haircut, no hair on the sides. Oh, my white hair. Yeah, it looks even more white. It's very fine on the top of my head. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a safe and holy day. And we're going to welcome March. Yes. I can't believe the time's going by so fast. My grandmother used to tell me that it goes by so fast when you get older. And I think about what I did today. I got up, I took the cat to the vet, had the nails clipped, stopped at the store to get some hamburger for my hamburgers, stopped at 2 gas stations were completely out of gas, and I had to go to another gas station get gas. I came home, I got into my deep Bible study, and here we are. I'm taping this for the morning of the 28th. It's the afternoon here. Ooh, what a nice breeze. But I'm starting to get cramps in my legs. Oh. Ooh, sometimes they hurt. So, God bless. See you tomorrow.